This car is a big deal. We are looking at the all-new 5th generation BMW X5. It debuted all the way back in 1999, and now it's perhaps gone through its biggest change in its entire history. And in today's video, we're going to tell you everything you need to know about the new BMW X5, talk about what powers it, some of the crazy engine options that you may simply not believe, show you the inside, the incredible tech, and talk about what makes this car so special. Now, I'm here in Spartanburg, where they build the BMW X5 here in the USA. And this is a really unique look at the latest member of the Neue class. So we've seen this new design language on a couple of smaller BMWs, but this is the first time we are seeing it on a vehicle of this proportion. The overall size is about 2.4 inches longer than the outgoing generation, but it's gotten a lot more angular. It's gotten a lot more butch than what we've seen in the past. Now, this front end is certainly unique, and one of the biggest design characteristics of this is going to be the X's in the headlights. So you can see them here. When this is illuminated, you get these 4 X's, and then the big, bold kidney grills of the past have been replaced with a much more elegant, upright solution, which I think looks a lot better on the front end of this car. Of course, we still have the iconic BMW badge here on the front end with this tapered hood that kind of points toward the kidney grills and elegantly outlines that badge. I think they've done a really good job overall compared to some of the other BMWs in the lineup of keeping it somewhat tasteful. Now, looking at these wheels, up to 23-inch wheels available on the new X5. This is a 22-inch wheel with an aero disc profile. We'll talk about that in a sec. And of course, there are a couple of different M performance options. Now, we don't have the full details on the full-out X5M. We do know that a selection of V8s is coming, but that'll be at a later date. So this is just kind of the M appearance and also performance group. Along the side here, these door handles, certainly going to be one of the most controversial aspects of the exterior design. Instead of a traditional handle, we've got these little winglets. Pull the winglets, touch sensitive, and the door opens. And the X5 now comes standard with soft closed doors. I think that's a very premium feature for a price that's not as high as you might expect. Coming around back here, the rear end also significantly different than what we saw on the old X5. We've got these horizontal lights that really bring the back end together, tapering to the BMW logo there in the middle. Once again, very angular design, but I think as a whole, the exterior design of this X5 is very good. And that's before we talk about the powertrain. That looks like a fairly Spartan engine bay, and that's because you're not going to find spark plugs or an ignition system or a fuel system under the hood of this X5, because this is a fully electric X5 for the first time ever. But don't panic, there still is a couple of gas options. But let's start with this one. This is the iX560. What that means is it's powered by 2 electric motors and a new Generation 6 battery manufactured here in North Carolina. The total system output is a lot. 570 horsepower, 593 pound-feet of torque. That'll propel this car from 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, 4.4 seconds. So proper performance in this big old BMW. But the big news is the range. BMW is targeting 435 miles on a single charge. That is a big number, and that's because it's got a massive battery, 144 kilowatt hours. It's got a new cell, a new 122 millimeter high cell integrated into the car, but the charging is even crazier, 460 kilowatts of charging through an 800 volt architecture. Absurd charging speeds. That means you can get about 80% in 22 minutes. So this is a properly fast car to charge, accelerate, and it will go a long distance. If you, though, because we're here in America, we like our gas engines, you still got those options as well. There is going to be an X540 powered by the B58, although very revised. It's got 19 more horsepower than it did last year thanks to a new turbocharger. It's a Miller cycle engine with 48 volts now. That's about 5 seconds 0 to 60. There's a plug-in hybrid, which is the B58, plus about 26.5 kilowatt hours worth of electricity for 44 miles of all-electric range before the gas kicks on. And then there's also a hydrogen one coming. A hydrogen BMW X5. We don't have the details on that, but it's going to be the first BMW to make it into full production as a hydrogen car. Let's check out the inside. Going to the wrong side here, people. It's been a long day. So, the interior of this X5 is unlike anything we've seen in the past out of BMW's best-selling vehicle. First of all, the steering wheel is wild. This is a two-spoke design. And what's crazy about it, you got buttons on the left and the right side here that appear and disappear as needed. So they're not always here, and touch-sensitive panels as well. So it's not full buttons, but they are, you know, better than just having a haptic controls. I think that's quite good. I love in this one, this brown leather interior, incredibly comfortable chairs with optional massage in these bad boys, but this is an American seat. You just sink down into them, the whole thing feels great. But the big news is here, 17.9 inches of brand new BMW iDrive system. It is based on an Android operating system. You've got apps you can control here in the center. We've got climate control. We've got full parking cameras here. We've got mode adjustment. It's all done through the screen, as is the air vent control. This is definitely the biggest miss, in my opinion, in this new X5. You can go into the climate setting and adjust the air vents using that little kind of slidey option here. It's not very intuitive compared to other vehicles. I wish they'd just gone with conventional controls. But this is fantastic. The full width heads-up display. It's actually projected onto the windshield, and it shows you everything from your speed, your battery indicator, to a whole bunch of different configurable settings here in the middle. Like we've got our date, we've got some M pages, we've got the weather outside, we've got music. And then we also now have an optional passenger screen as well. So passenger screen, you can play movies on, you can play video games as well. There's like a Hot Wheels video game, and you can interact with your phone, use it as a controller, and also play with other folks in the car. So lots of technology in here. Qi wireless charger down here, couple of cup holders, and then this is going to be the gear select, this little crystal tool here. So you can pull it back for drive, push it in for park, just like that. We've got big folding, bifolding center console there. Pretty good room in here. We also have automatic closing doors in this car, so if you're in the front seat, you can just put your foot on the brake pedal. It will close. Back seat, very roomy. Oh, these seats are my highlight for sure, especially with these soft headrests in this one. They feel so good. Lots of leg room, heated rear seats. This car comes standard with dual zone automatic climate control and a small single zone in the rear, or you can option it with 4-zone climate control. Heated rear seats back here through this little touch panel. It's got the peasant blockers back here, and it's got these little magnets too to mount your phone to. So very, very clever engineering. And then as we make our way to the rear of the car, let's see how you open the trunk. Button down there, power liftgate, of course. I like this, very low lift height. I think that's a great idea. I don't love this though. Shiny piano black on an area where you're constantly lifting over bags, I think is a great way to get that all scratched up. But car's a little bit longer than the current X5. Even in the electric one, it still is very, very practical. But BMW is making some huge, huge shifts in what it means to be an X5 driver and owner. You know, you can have the choice of gasoline, plug-in hybrid, fully electric, and the price isn't nuts. Zach, it starts at about $79,000. Is that correct? And then to jump up to the electric one, you're going to be in the mid $80,000 range. They're all manufactured right here in Spartanburg. I think that as a whole, especially the inside, is such a big improvement over the current generation. It feels so much more plush and American, which is the best thing I can say. It doesn't have that Germanic stiffness that so many of these older generations had. It kind of feels like it just wants to float down the road. It's available in a choice of coil springs with standard adaptive shocks or 4-corner air suspension. So you do have the ability to raise the car up in certain situations if you want that option. And we don't know any details on the full-blown M version, but we do know it's going to come as the 4D configuration, in both rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive, the 60iX, which is a standard all-wheel drive car, and a hydrogen, which is going to be more information to come down the line on that. What gets me really excited about this one, the sheer amount of range, 435 miles, because of that massive 144 kilowatt-hour battery pack, and the charging is berserk. You know, over 400 kilowatts. You're going to struggle to find a charger that's going to be able to keep up with that. It is North American charging standard, so it does have the Tesla plug in it, which is great for the access to chargers around the US, but to find a charger that'll do 450 is crazy. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Huge thank you to BMW for hosting me out here at Spartanburg, and Zach behind the camera. Whew, what a whirlwind. We'll see you in the next one.